Go Fact! Hello everyone, welcome to episode 53 of the Fact Cast. We're going to have a great show for you tonight. My name is Matt Miller. Tonight we have Colorado's favorite dirtbag.
Hello, how are you doing?
Nick DiCarlo, I'm doing great, thank you very much. We have the Taxman.
I'm in a different seat tonight.
Nathaniel Bauman. Greg Lloyd is here. Greg, what does Fact stand for?
Oh, it stands for what it's always stood for, Matt. Frequent answers and questions.
Frequent answers and questions, indeed. We got a whopper of a show for you tonight. Are you okay? No.
No actual Whoppers.
2016 is almost over, you guys.
Burger King does not advertise here.
We're going to talk about the two most important things of 2016, which are what? The greatest.
Video games?
Yeah, I thought you were going to go for something sarcastic, but you're telling the truth. And
Movies.
Very nice. Very nice. You guys read the email. Before we get to those two things, we're going to break each one of those down. Based on, we didn't go see like a lot of movies. We didn't play a lot of video games. But we know a lot of them.
We know about them, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to break down
We're
blockbusters.
educated enough to talk about
AAA stuff.
Instead of breaking down the year, can we just box it up and put it in an attic and just forget about this whole goddamn disaster of a year?
You got to tape it up. Tape it up.
Tape it
good.
up.
Write
Okay.
2016 on it. Kick it off a cliff.
I have a few things. Can we just make some general comments? Maybe not right now, but in a second about just the year and about how.
Yes.
Yeah, just
I
like
believe
general-
that falls into
Yeah.
us talking about
But
2016.
before we get into like the music and movies part,
Yes.
or video games
Okay.
and movies, let's just talk about. Let's say some general things, and especially like what we anticipate for 2017. I'd like to hear that maybe towards the end.
Okay, we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
We can't go backwards now.
Yeah.
We're already in now. Before we get to that, we have the soapbox, which of course is a moment where we like to complain about something that's happened in our lives. And it's usually, a first world problem. But something actually happened to me this week. Really pissed me off, and it made me write a review on the internet. And I'm going to read that review right now.
Let's hear it.
Ooh.
And we're going to review the review later, right?
I like when Matt writes
Yeah, it's
strongly
fine.
worded
That's fine.
things.
That's fine. Go ahead and stop me if there's anything that's confusing.
We should in this
pause,
review.
because
We should discuss what happened maybe at the end of like.
Each paragraph here? Okay. So this is about my medical office that I go to, my doctor's office I go to. It's owned by a conglomerate, and there's a whole bunch of them in Arizona. It's called East Valley Family Medical. First off, that makes no sense because the East Valley is only one portion. It is kind of the East Valley they kind of get, but they go north, a little bit south.
Anyway,
I had an appointment last week, and I thought it was going to go great. It did not go great. I made a phone call yesterday, and it ruined pretty much like half of my day. Here's my review. You ready?
yes.
Well, it's been almost 2 years since this practice opened, taking over my prior doctor's location, TLC Family Medicine, and I will no longer be returning. Part of the reason is because I've had 3 nurse practitioners leave the office in a year and a half. I was on my 4th. I found it really difficult to feel that they cared about my health when I saw the same nurse practitioner 2 times maximum. Literally every time I was in there, got a new person. I was like, oh, sweet, you have no idea who I am. Can you sign a prescription for me? I go on to say that the majority of the staff is very unprofessional. One such example is listening to hip-hop/rap in the EKG room.
Pause.
Yes.
What kind of music was it?
So I noticed some Jay-Z. There was a little bit
Jay-Z?
of just like random Mexican polka in there.
Mexican
Yeah, and I go on to say I do say that I like Jay-Z as much as the next guy, just not at 8 o'clock in the morning when my heart is being monitored. Maybe
I know,
when
'cause
my heart
normally
go up,
Jay-Z
maybe make it
gets
go
you
down.
Excited.
Especially if that's that one song, "Niggas in Paris." Fantastic song. Okay,
It's a song title. You can say it.
thank you. That was like comments below, guys. So it took them about 15 minutes for me to get my EKG to work. Right? They couldn't duplicate the test. They told me it wasn't important, and then they told me I needed to go see a cardiologist. Thought that was kind of shady, but I'm like, oh well, whatever. We'll just move forward with this. Anyway, I go there to get my ADHD medication. That was the only reason why I'm in there, and I left with 1 month, which is kind of stupid because usually it's 3. But they're like, you need to go get this EKG.
Yeah.
You need to get some more blood work done. I'm like, okay, crap. I lose my 1 month prescription. So I kind of freak out. I'm like, dang it. But there's a number at the top. And I'm like, maybe they can just cancel that and give me a new one or something. So I call down and I find out that when I call a, not actually the office that my nurse practitioner works at, but just a gigantic call center. They say I can't talk to my nurse. I can't talk to anyone actually there in the office, and they all have to go through this person, the secretary on the phone that works in the call center. So I tell them what happened, and I say, so what do we do? Can they send me out a new one? Do I need to go back in? And she says, hold on 1 second. And she calls me back saying, all right, we can no longer prescribe you the ADHD medication. I'm like, why? I'm like, because you signed a form saying that you were a responsible person, like taking these drugs or something. I'm like, well, this is confusing.
Do you know me?
This is confusing because I've been prescribed this since I was literally 5 years old. And you're basically saying that I don't need to come back to your practice anymore. I'm like, I've been going for 2 years. And then she just said, I'm sorry. That's the way it goes. You signed that contract. And I'm like, no one's ever... So, opening the floor now, I lost my prescription. I can basically no longer go back and get my prescription from there.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be the first to say you probably should have just maybe looked at your prescription, made sure you didn't...
I did. I still don't know where it is.
All right.
I should just wait. I'm just supposed to wait a month then?
No, the stupid part, I mean, like, Matt, should we, spoilers? The same thing happened to me. I go to the same place for the same thing. And literally the exact same, like, I went there, they were like, oh, well, we did your EKG, but we just want you to go to this cardiologist for no reason. We're only going to give you 1 month worth.
Wait, why? Okay, why do they have to take blood work and do EKG for ADHD medication?
Especially since, like, we're fine. Like, I don't know.
Because it's a methamphetamine, right?
Yeah,
so it's like something that can mess with your heart, but...
It's not methamphetamine. It's just
It's
amphetamine.
It's just
Yeah.
amphetamine.
What's in methamphetamine? Those are the
That's a
bad
different
ones.
podcast.
Those, yeah.
It's a whole different...
That's
That
fact
was our
under.
kids.
That's fact
That's one
after
we
dark.
had when we lived in Mesa still.
I see. But yeah, so basically, you don't lose if you lose your prescription. What do? You just go a month without it. You just don't call them back, or does this place deserve the 1-star review, and I need to report them to the Better Business Bureau?
No, I mean, the whole thing, like... No, I mean, like, we're good kids, I think. I mean, like, we don't sell our...
I don't like feeling like a criminal.
We don't sell our drugs to anybody. And no, it's just stupid. I mean, like, it's just like, I understand this is a controlled substance, and I understand that you don't know us, but it's like, don't blame us for switching the nurse practitioners over and over. Like, it's not our fault that you're the first time we've seen you. You know what I mean? Like, don't. You know what I mean? Like, don't make us jump through hoops because of your blundering.
Yeah, it's supposed to be you jumping through hoops to make us like you.
Yes.
And also, yes, you lost the prescription, but isn't there also other fail-safes in place to make sure that nobody gets the wrong prescription? Like, aka, you need to show your ID when you...
And I can only do it at a specific pharmacy.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
So it's not... So somebody would have to have the prescription, a matching photo ID that looks like them, and go to the one pharmacy.
To get a 1 month supply, 30 pills of Vyvanse.
Yeah. Vyvanse sucks. Like, nobody wants to take Vyvanse. They should know that. They'd be like, oh, yeah, you got Vyvanse. Here you go. Here's 5 months.
But yeah, no, I'm really, really pissed off. And now I have to go look for a new doctor in which I feel like I'm going to have to do I explain to them that I'm leaving because my last doctor isn't letting me go back? Can't do that. Now I'm starting to feel shady like by myself. So this is just more their fault.
Maybe just tell them that you're just unhappy with the last place.
Yeah. No, I mean, you have
That's
enough.
what I'll
Yeah,
say.
enough. Yeah.
just go with what you kind of wrote here, minus the you losing the prescription part.
And keep the
like-
Jay-Z.
Keep the Jay-Z part.
I mean,
like,
yeah,
that
you
gets
can
your
tell them
blood
about the
pumping.
Jay-Z.
You know what I mean? Like, that gets my heart going.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and do they even ask you why you left your? They probably wouldn't. It's not like a job interview. They don't care why you left your last
Why'd you leave your last?
practitioner.
Oh, you're giving us money now? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, Greg, do me a favor. Just scoot back just a little bit from the mic. There you go. Good. Well, no, Jesus. That's so far.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Anyway, well, that was...
But that does suck. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. I wasted 3 hours of my PTO, my time off,
Yeah.
to go do this because I sat and waited probably for 45 minutes for them to finally see me.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, Matt, the exact same thing. I don't think I'm going to go back. If you don't go back, I won't go back.
I'm not going back. I need to find a new place to go.
Are you guys doing like a doctor pack now?
No, I mean,
If you
no.
don't go
They
back,
want
I'm
me to
not
go to
going.
they want me to go to the cardiologist, and they also wanted me to get some blood pressure thing. And I was like, my blood pressure was fine, and they just wanted me to do it because it was on the high end. It wasn't even out of scope. It was just like, it's a little high.
Do you have ADHD too?
I do.
Okay, that explains it.
Not as bad as Matt, though. Jeez, not as bad as Matt.
He sounded like he said cheese, but that doesn't make any sense in the context.
Does it make you hungry?
Well, I think the problem is the whole medical field is so weird because like they don't really compete. I mean, they compete a little bit, but they don't have to worry about demand because there's always going to be demand. So it's not like they don't have to really care and fight for your fight for your patronage because then those
Patronage.
It's not like a
with
hookah
someone
bar
else.
where they really gotta
Really gotta fuck you.
Yeah.
It honestly kind of feels like that. Oh, so a hookah bar, when you walk into a hookah bar, they usually like, would you like some water? And you're like, sure, I'll have a glass of water. And they bring out like 5 bottles of Fiji. And you're like, uh-oh.
And then they charge you $30.
Uh-oh. They're already opened. You can't tell them to take them back. But I don't know. I feel like there's really no way to have your voice really be heard in the medical, like from the consumer side of any type of medical industry, because it's just like there's no real place for reviews for this type of stuff. It's not like Yelp. I mean, you can Yelp. I did write a Yelp review. I copied it and put it on Yelp. Yeah. But it's not like people go and look at Yelp before they go to a doctor. Yeah. It's more it's very, very archaic. And it's just that's just what frustrated me so much. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like I could just like go talk shit about McDonald's and go to a forum and everyone's like, oh yeah, I fucking hate McDonald's too. Can't go to a forum. Do you hate East Valley Family Medical? Everyone's there like, oh yeah, fuck the EKG machine. I would have felt so good after that. I'm like,
and they're hip hop.
Yeah.
They're hippity hop.
If I didn't have Nathaniel here, I would have just thought I would have thought I was crazy is the problem. And I probably would have lost some sleep over it.
No, the exact same story. I mean, they just told me the same deal. They're like, I'm gonna give you 1 month and here you go. Bye. Do this thing for me. I'm like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to do that. I have other stuff. Maybe I'm just being lazy. Maybe we both are. But I mean, I don't know. I never had to do this before.
I'd rather do some other chores for them, like have me file their paperwork.
It's not so much laziness, but we're just all adults in our late 20s, mid 20s for you, and we just don't have time to be running around.
Ain't nobody got time.
Ain't nobody.
Except for on the weekends and when we're not working and when I get off work and during work, I guess.
Weekends.
Are they open on the weekends?
I've needed to get. Well, here's the thing, Nick, is that I've needed to get an oil change for like the last couple weeks. Haven't done it.
Yeah, me too.
I haven't even gotten close.
I've had to do maintenance on my car for like a week or two as well.
Well, in my personal case, like I've been trying to go to the eye doctor for the last long while to get more contacts. If you've noticed in the past few episodes, I've been in my glasses, not trying to look any smarter.
I have noticed that.
You are looking sexier with them on, though.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what.
Thank you. That's mighty kind to hear. Anyway, the place I go is pretty busy, so like getting a appointment on a Friday or Saturday is near impossible because they're always just all booked. Sunday they're closed. Monday the doctor isn't in, and I usually work like all the rest of the days. So it's like, and I work in the restaurant industry, so it's weird schedules. And
so did you have to make an appointment like 3 weeks out?
I did.
Because that's the funniest when they're like,
it was
like
a
you
week
like
and
to
a
see
half.
the person, and like sometimes they have online things where you can do it. And I was like, okay, I'll see any nurse practitioner at any time, and it's like next available in 3 weeks. I'm like, that's impossible. So I called down, and they're like, oh yeah, so and so's available tomorrow at like 8 and 9 o'clock. I'm like,
at night.
Okay, at night.
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense, dude. Like doctors and like physical therapists and everybody, they should be open like not at work, not during normal work hours. Because like why should we have to take our vacation time to go see them? Like their business, they should be open up like in the early mornings and then like late night. Not.
You know what's crazy is that Christian Wong, our friend Christian, he's a chiropractor. He works for like a company that does like a combination of physical therapy, chiropractic work. And then I think they also have like a nurse practitioner on staff or something, but it's all like, like body muscle stuff. And he gets in at, he has some days where he goes in at 6 and so it's before work. And then his break is like, sometimes he has like a 2 or 3 hour break in the middle. And then he comes back at like 2 o'clock and works till 7.
Oh yeah.
So they have like an extended shift. He doesn't work like that whole thing, but like they have days where like people are there like all day long.
That sucks for him though.
I mean, I think usually he works the morning one or the late night one, like on the certain days. But it's just like, But it's because they're not doctors. They are doctors, but they're not part of the medical field.
Yeah, because the last job that I worked where we basically had split shifts. Mm-hmm. This is at the Persian room place.
It's a room full of Persian people.
Yeah,
they're just everywhere.
And
plates on the floor everywhere.
So I work from like 11 to maybe like 4, have an hour and a half break, and then work like 5 to 10 or 11 at night.
They have late dinners. Those Persian.
Yeah, but I would, what I would do on my break? I would go to the Buffalo Wild Wings. It was like a half a block away. Get some like boneless wings and have like 4 beers, and then I'd go back and I'd be happy for my second shift.
There's no way you had 4 beers. A lot.
His eyebrow raising says differently.
For those listening, his eyebrows just went up.
They went
like twice the legal limit.
All right. Well, I'm happy with the way that conversation ended. I'm content. They deserve the review.
Are we getting into? Maybe we're entering into the deeper conversation of why so many people go to the emergency room. Emergency room / why insurance coverage is so high because we have these really quick. You know what I mean? Like why emergency room is so packed because the doctor's office is not open at convenient times. Yeah. So every time you have to go to the doctor,
like whenever I cut my thumb off at work, the doctor's not open.
Can't go see my family.
Back in my day, the doctor came to me. He had a briefcase. Yeah. Cut my arm off once. All right.
No anesthetic.
When we return, we're going to break down the rest of 2016. We got movies. We got video games. We'll see how long that takes. I don't know why I counted to 3.
And then Nathaniel's just general comments. Don't forget about those.
We're going to start off with
I think, yeah.
Pepper those in the beginning.
Pepper those in.